is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Starting on the ground with Herbert. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, this defense for the Texans, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
On 2nd and 9. Prescott, he's got his tight end, Anthony Ferkser. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
It's not cool about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, Herbert. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there. It leads to 4th down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. The Texans at 10-1 now on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Herbert. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. the shotgun. Here's Herbert. Touchdown! Cooper Kupp, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, 47.
First down, Prescott. Going up top. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Prescott now. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Browns. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, out of my way, and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert has it knocked free. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. The 20. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about it right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield, a combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. That's his first catch of the game and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
These two teams all tied after one. Herbert on 3rd down now. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Sullivan. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Cooper Kupp with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Texans have moved out in front. Boswell for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. The Browns drive about to get started. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Herbert once more. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
He's got a man. It's Firkser, the tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now Prescott. He's got his tight end over the middle. That's Firkser. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
46.
Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2nd and 11 now. Prescott rolling to his left. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
They made a nice effort to stick him for the loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing, Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball in the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there is never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And that one complete downfield to Kupp. Touchdown, Houston. Cooper Kupp on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Draw play, a give to Herbert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are. Oh, Prescott stripped, but I think Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. To throw is Prescott. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Prescott. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here comes Cohen. 39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Texans will take over. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to throw here, Herbert. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And he'll be out right at the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
On first down, Justin Herbert. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Herbert back to the air. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On first down, it's Herbert. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. Herbert now. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Boswell's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. To the air again, Herbert. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To throw again on second down. Herbert over the middle, caught by Bellinger. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Herbert on first down now. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Here's Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now it's Herbert. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And the Browns are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, this is the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Gets this to Ferkser, the tight end. He's up to the 20, and they work this out past the 25. First down, Prescott. That's complete to his tight end, Ferkser. Room here to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Looking to throw. Prescott. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. That's back-to-back drives that have looked pretty good. The offense was moving the ball, but in both cases, the defense comes up with a big INT to get off the field.
How about the layers of intrigue that continue to get added as we watch this game unfold? Both offenses, they're a little bit discouraged with how their drives ended. How will each respond now and can either mount another positive series that ends in points for their team?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. It's Eckler again, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. This pass complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Herbert off of play action. He's got Bellinger. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Now 1st and 10 at the 11. Herbert. He'll buy some time right. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Austin Eckler His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans take a 3-touchdown lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Browns drive about to get started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Prescott, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Rolling to his right. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Marquez Valdez-Scantling from 17 yards out. And the Texans add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Now Prescott. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Hassan Reddick, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Pitching it out here to Herbert. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Prescott on 1st down. He's got Ayuk once again. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Gabriel Davis, 33 yards. And the Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. So here now is Prescott as his guys will go for the 2-point conversion. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stat.
Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Browns are going to get it back here just past the 35. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Texans are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe...
On Herbert, his third interception. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake, Prescott. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. On third down, it's Prescott. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And that is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is brought in at the 21. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A 1st down throw for Prescott. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On the slant, he's got Davis. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives him the 1st.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example. And Prescott, his third interception. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Texans are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
He'll fire this one deep for Eckler. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Texans. Austin Eckler. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Texans extend this fourth quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. To throw is Prescott. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Give him 12 yards on. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw, as this play will stand as is. They'll throw again. Prescott. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. A handoff for Herbert. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. One last shot now for Prescott. Touchdown! Khalil Herbert from 8 yards out, and the Browns get a bit closer. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you're doing. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. So despite the huge deficit, They're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And it's incomplete. He's still throwing to the very end. And now this game is over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the